Have you ever heard of the paranormal phenomenon called a time slip? It's not talked about as much as hauntings, cryptids, or abductions, but it's just as, if not more interesting than all of those. A time slip is defined as an alleged paranormal phenomenon in which a person or a group of people accidentally travel through times by supernatural means. And this is exactly what these two women claim to have experienced when they went on a trip to Paris, France to visit the Palace of Versailles. On August 10, 1901, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, both of whom came from respected families in England, traveled to Paris, France by train. After touring the Palace of Versailles and deciding that it wasn't all that, they moved on to something called the Petit Trianon, a chateau located on the grounds of the palace. And this is where things took a turn. They got lost on the way to the chateau and took a random path, hoping it would take them to their destination. Their entire environment reportedly changed around them. Charlotte Ann Moberly had said everything looked unnatural and therefore unpleasant. Even the trees seemed to become flat and lifeless and like wood worked in tapestry. There were no effects of light and shade, and no wind stirred the trees. They saw many people in the area, a woman shaking a white cloth through a window, men dressed up as dignified officials, and even a man in a long coat who they swore had smallpox. After another man approached them and showed them the way to the Petit Trianon, Charlotte reported seeing a lady dressed in old-fashioned French clothes sketching on the grass. The lady looked at them after they crossed a bridge to reach the gardens of the palace. And after the event, neither of the women talked about it for a while until they finally spoke about how weird it all was. And they believe they began to experience a haunting or some type of glimpse into the past. And after both of them researched the history of the palace, they believed they had witnessed a time that took place just a few weeks before the abolition of the French monarchy. And the woman sketching on the grass was none other than Marie Antoinette, who would often do just that.